Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, it's very difficult for me not to. I have to concentrate on what is happening, what everyone else thinks is happening. I have to really focus on that sometimes in order to join in on what they think is really going on. Put it that way.
I think it must be difficult.
Sometimes it's very difficult.
And have you tried to tell somebody about faces in trees? Or I could also see them in walls. In walls, I could see them in walls too.
Yes, sir.
They looked like cobwebs, a little bit.
That is what I was saying. Even with putting a dim candle on in your own room, it's like water stains or just patterns in the plaster of walls. You can see them. It really requires, I think, a natural pattern. Like if you look at gravel in a driveway or on a road or dirt, anything that is natural, that has perfect chaos, and I know that sounds funny, perfect chaos, but anything with a pattern that is random, that's a natural pattern. And I think that's where everything becomes everything else. That's what I think about the whole world, is that everything is everything else. Even the past right now, or the present right now, is the past, is the future at the same time. So when I look at a tree, I know that I can, if I was perceptive enough, I could probably see everything in the past and everything in the future, and everything right now. But I can only see what I can see because I'm human. I'm not God.
Yes.
But I believe that I'm lucky enough to have the receptive ability to at least catch some of it. And it is definitely my life's purpose to express that. My whole artistic business or philosophy is hallucinogenesis. Did you see my website?
Yes. I have joined, I think.
To me, hallucinogenesis means more than hallucination. It's that I think our reality is a hallucination.
Yes.
And that the real things that are going on cannot really be seen. But when you look at all the other things that are going on instead of what's in front of you, then you can see them. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of difficult to express.
Yes, I do.
So, are you able to record some of this, what we're speaking of?
Yes, I am recording right now.
That is good. That's good. I would like to help you in any way that I can.
Yes,
especially if you feel that you need someone else to confirm what you believe.
Yes, thank you very much, because
Absolutely.
they tried to kill me several times, many times. And they forced other patients to hurt each other.
That is not good.
They keep these abilities in secret, but they know about it because the painting in psychiatric ambulance of faces, it is from 1952 year.
Wow.
It is over 50 years old painting.
In 1952, there were a lot of scientists studying the mind, studying people and their psychic, their mind abilities. There was a whole lot of studies done back then. The same thing within America. In America, there was a lot of studying of the human mind being done. And with that being from 1952, I would think that they do know a lot more than they're telling you they know.
Mm-hmm.
They probably don't want a lot of people to have this ability,
yes,
because there's something happening to humanity right now. a lot of people are waking up to some truth, which has nothing to do with going to work and having a job and obeying the government and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, the human beings that are alive have a different purpose, and our purpose is to be the best we can be, and that includes not listening, not being obedient. We don't have to build the pyramids for the kings anymore. We can be ourselves, and I don't think that governments really like that. I think they want to keep people behaving.
Yes.
And it is a very sad state for humans to be in. But right now, I truly believe a lot of people are breaking out of that shell, including myself. I think I was born to break out of it. I think I was lucky enough as a small child to already see that something else was happening.
Oof. This is really something really horrible when you, but you are lucky that you could see it since you were a child.
Well, I think that other people are lucky too, lucky enough for me to let them know that it's something they can do. That is the whole reason for my website and the whole reason for the artwork that I make. It is to let people know that they can alter their own consciousness without the use of drugs.
Yes.
Drugs do not have to be used to unlock the abilities in the human brain. Drugs can give us a shortcut, kind of like drugs gave you a shortcut, a faster way of doing it. But that faster way is not permanent. It fades. I believe there are ways to get in touch with the power of our own minds without drugs and to make a permanent, lasting ability exist. Did you follow me?
Yes, yes, I do.
So that is literally, I think, why I was born. I think I was born to tell people this and to help people. And I have helped several people, a lot of people, more than 20,
Ooh.
to be able to do what I do. And it's not just doing what I do; it's to be able to see what I can see. There's a few people that actually are not happy about it.
Really?
Well, because they would really rather go back to not being able to see.
So you know some more people who can see these things?
I have taught people that they can see. Yes, that is something I do. That is part of my life's purpose, is to teach people the ability to see that which is not supposed to be there, but that which is there. Even if you look at a pile of blankets, there are other things happening in that pile of blankets. If you can see it happening. I mean, it's not quite the same as looking at the clouds and seeing rabbits and horses and dogs, like imagining that you're seeing things. Sometimes the things you see can be so clear, like a photograph, with a personality and a history. You can know the thing or the spirit that you're looking at. You can know so much about it that it is impossible that it's just your imagination. I don't believe it is totally imagination. I think our imaginations are the key to unlocking this ability, though, by being able to be creative or to unlearn what you expect to see. By unlearn, I mean forget everything you've learned about what you think you're going to see. By learning to trick yourself into forgetting what is really supposed to be there and seeing something else immediately, something else without thought. If you don't think, you can see, I think, any spirits. I think that you can see everything that way. There are people that read tea leaves to tell each other's fortune, like psychics. Most psychics, I think, are trickers, charlatans. They are cheaters. But some really are doing their job. Some very few people in the psychic world are, fortune tellers and things like that. I think very few of them are really, really doing what they say they are doing. It's a whole bunch of other people that make it seem like it's not valid, like it is a trick, because they are actually tricking and lying.
Yes.
So I think that a very small percentage of our human beings are truly waking up to the real human ability to see and feel the spirits that are trying to talk to us, that are trying to tell us how to survive.
So you were almost born with this ability to see the faces, but I was not born with the ability, and when I saw them for the first time in my life, it was really something really big in my life to
Yes, sir.
To stay alive for me.
Yes, sir. It is very important, I believe. I really think that now that you can see these things and be aware that something else is happening at the same time as all of the present moment is, these other things that are happening at the same time are very important. I think that it is your duty to stay alive and to communicate what you know. That's just what I believe. And I think that psychiatry and the world of medicine and science really, really needs to listen. Needs to listen to people like you and I and know that we are not talking from a crazy point of view. We are not crazy. We just happen to see things differently. See more. I think it's more.
Yes.
Because, I mean, you don't run around screaming in the streets. You know, you're not hurting anybody. You're not trying to hurt yourself. So really, they cannot tell you that you are fitting the definition of crazy. There is nothing harmful about your state of mind. You see what I'm saying? That, to me, says that you are not crazy. That you have an ability. Just because doctors don't have that ability, I'm sure some do.
I thought that they tried these drugs also, but I don't know exactly. Some of them surely tried these drugs.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you that some of these drugs are used on purpose because of the effects that they have on the human brain. In the 50s and 60s, it was realized that LSD had the effect of opening up certain ways of seeing in the human brain. They even created some experiments that showed that LSD was able to let people use psychic abilities, like to actually do a little bit of mind reading, a little bit of clairvoyance. Do you know what clairvoyance is?
No.
Being able to tell the near future.
Yes.
That would be a person that can see the future. That would be clairvoyance. Clara meaning like clear, and buoyant meaning voyage. You can voyage to the future and come back and tell about it.
Oh.
It was discovered that people would show amazing abilities on these drugs. There were lots and lots of tests done. Right now, like I told you about Stanislav Grof, if you told me you were already aware of him. And I should also end this conversation by saying right directly to the camera that I am a respected person in my community. I work with adults, grown-up people that have developmental disabilities such as mental retardation, psychotic breaks. I work with people. I help them. I train them to function in our society on as normal of a level as possible. I am very respected in my field and by my community, and there is no way that everything I have said to you today was crazy. Everything I have said to you was very sane and only what I truly believe. Follow me?
Yes. Thank you very much.
It was very, very nice talking with you finally.